Ah, the classic dilemma. When I disappear, they all show up. When I'm around, they vanish. Feels like a bad movie plot, right? But relax, my friend. There's a simple explanation. This isn't just some weird coincidence. It's basic market psychology, supply and demand. If you're always available, you turn into a cheap flyer for a pizza joint. Everyone sees it, but nobody really cares. But if you vanish for a while, suddenly you're that exclusive dish everyone's dying to try before it's gone. If you're sick of being the guy who keeps chasing while she acts like you don't even exist, congratulations, you've taken the first step, realizing something's off. Now it's time to fix it, and I'm about to show you 4 forbidden neglect techniques that'll make any woman miss you like crazy. These techniques aren't black magic or shady mind games. They're simply a shift in mindset so you stop selling yourself like a clearance item. Because, buddy, as long as you're serving yourself up on a platter, no challenge, no mystery, no self-respect, the only thing you'll attract is her disinterest. And there's more. If you hang in here till the very end, I'll throw in 3 insane bonuses that 99% of guys totally ignore. These tiny details take you from being just another dude to the one guy she can't get out of her head. Before we dive in, though, a quick heads up. This video is here because someone had the guts to like, subscribe, and spread the word. So don't be that freeloader who just watches and disappears. Do your part. Hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a thanks in the comments. It's not for me. It's for the algorithm. Because if it's all up to you alone, this knowledge goes nowhere. Enough talk. Let's get down to business. Why does neglect trigger desire? You know that luxury car nobody can afford? Or that sold-out ticket to the show of the century? Exactly. Anything rare and tough to get automatically becomes more desirable. Guess what? The same rule applies to us. Now think about this. What happens when you throw yourself at someone's feet, ready to be trampled on? When you're always there, available, attentive, ready to serve, it's simple. You turn into furniture, a decorative item, something guaranteed. So nobody notices you because you've always been there. That's exactly why you see women going nuts for guys who barely pay them any attention, while the nice guys who do everything right get treated like doormats. It's not that women are cruel, this is human nature. The stuff that's hard to get is what sparks our desire. The stuff that's too easy becomes shelf decor. But here's the kicker. This isn't some logical step-by-step choice in her mind. No woman wakes up thinking, I'll ignore that nice guy today, just because he's nice. It's all happening on a subconscious level. If you're always around, always available, she doesn't feel anything. But when you vanish, when you're suddenly a mystery, and when she senses she might lose you, bam! Her instincts go wild. That's when the show starts. Wait, did he lose interest? Does he have someone else? Did I do something wrong? And just like that, she starts missing you. Think this is just theory? Then remember that guy who got completely ignored until one day he decided to ghost. Suddenly she was after him non-stop. Or that ex who got dumped without mercy, found a new girlfriend, and then out of nowhere the old flame popped up again like a ghost. Coincidence? No, that's the psychology of desire in action. Now that you see how the game works, let's get into the 4 forbidden neglect techniques you can use. Techniques that'll make any woman miss you and chase after you, without even knowing why. Pay close attention because now we're getting to the good stuff. Technique 1. The deadly silence. Want a woman to miss you? Forget long explanations. Forget paragraphs of text. Forget trying to justify anything. What truly hits hard is something way more brutal and effective. Silence. Silence is psychological torture. It breeds uncertainty, anxiety, insecurity. And guess what uncertainty does to the human brain? It creates desire. If you're always there, always hitting her up, replying in seconds, showing up like clockwork, guess what? You're predictable. And predictable is boring. She doesn't even have to think about you because you're a sure thing. But the moment you disappear, oh man, The game changes. Suddenly, she senses something's off. You didn't message today. Something feels weird, and then the doubts creep in. Did he lose interest? Did he meet someone else? Why did he ghost me? Boom, now you're a puzzle. How to apply the deadly silence correctly? Stop initiating contact all the time. If she doesn't text, you don't text. If she takes ages to respond, you take even longer. If she ignores you, it's like you never existed. Be unpredictable. If she knows she can ping you and you'll answer in seconds, congrats, you're basically an AI chatbot. But if suddenly you take your time, respond only when you feel like it, and disappear without warning, now you're a mystery. Never announce that you're disappearing. No "I need some space" messages, no cryptic Instagram posts, no drama. Your silence has to be sharp and unexpected. Here's the fun part. If she actually likes you, she'll miss you. At some point, she'll drop that "Hey stranger" text, like an old photo, or start some random conversation just to test the waters. That's exactly when you switch to the next technique, the cold, calculated response. Technique 2, the cold, calculated response. Congrats, you went silent and your magic is working. Now comes the classic scenario. She reappears. Maybe it's a "Hey stranger," or "How have you been?" Or even a random comment like, "Wow, saw something today that reminded me of you." Don't get fooled, this doesn't automatically mean she's head over heels or feeling guilty. Most guys blow it right here. What do? They get all excited, reply instantly, try to pick up the conversation like nothing happened, send huge texts, crack jokes. And what happens next? She disappears again. Why? Because she just wanted to confirm you're still waiting in the palm of her hand. The correct response, calculated neglect. You reply short, blunt, and emotionless. This cranks up the uncertainty, leaving her confused and hungry for more. Examples of a masterful reply. She, "Hey stranger." You, "Yeah, been a while." She, "What have you been up to?" You, "Not much." She, "You seem different." You, "Just busy." See the pattern? Brief, neutral, with zero clinginess. What does this accomplish? Shows you're not desperate to talk to her. Makes her wonder why you're not investing in the conversation. Forces her to try harder. Important detail. If she starts showing genuine interest, putting in real effort, you can be a bit more open. But never go back to being the guy who does all the chasing. Simple rule. Whoever feels they've lost control will try to regain it. Which brings us to technique 3, social neglect. You've done the deadly silence and followed it up with the cold, calculated response. Now's the time to prove you're not stuck where she left you. Translation, if she vanished and then popped back up, that's her problem. Life goes on, no need for her attention anymore. How do you show that? Easy, social neglect. How to apply social neglect? If you two end up in the same place, give a quick "hey" if necessary, but don't indulge her. Don't try to impress. Don't force a conversation. Don't chase her around. Treat her like any random person around. No special treatment. If you're in a group of friends, engage with everyone else except her. If she joins the chat, okay, but don't make it all about her. Laugh with others. Have fun. Just don't pull that "look how different I am now" stunt. You've got nothing to prove. On social media, 0 likes, 0 comments, 0 engagement with her. But keep posting about your life as you usually do. No faking it. No acting like an influencer. Just be genuinely busy and enjoying yourself. And guess what happens when you do this? Her fear of losing you hits hard. Why isn't he paying attention to me anymore? Did he forget about me already? Is there someone new in his life? And once a woman starts asking those questions, she enters an emotional whirlwind where the only way to feel better is to win your attention back. Then comes the finishing blow. Life goes on without her. If you're tired of being treated like a disposable item, if you've had it with accepting emotional scraps, then wake up. It's time to stop being the little puppy she ignores until she randomly feels like giving you a crumb. Check the description below. I've dropped a digital book link for you. Read it, and you'll learn how to be a real challenge. You'll see how any woman starts respecting you the moment you genuinely value yourself. Stop being a doormat. Stop being Plan B. The script just flipped. Now you vanish. Technique 4. The final blow. Life goes on. If there's one thing that crushes a woman's ego, it's seeing that the guy who once bent over backwards for her now barely remembers she exists. And pay attention. This isn't just about going silent and acting cold. The real final blow is showing, without really trying to show, that your life is actually better off without her. But here's what not to do. No cheap shots on social media. Posting corny motivational quotes like, "Nobody can stop me now," is just lame. It screams you're still salty. No obvious attempts to spark jealousy. Throwing up a selfie with a bunch of random women just to get a reaction. That's high school level. No fake over-the-top happiness. Plastering a huge grin in every photo to pretend your life is one big party. People can smell the desperation. The real final blow is straightforward. Go out more, meet new people, and have fun with your life. But do it because you actually want to, not just to flaunt it for her. Don't turn your life into a show and tell. Posting a casual pic at a barbecue with friends. Cool. Flooding your stories every second just to prove how happy you are. Pathetic. Don't automatically take her back. If she vanished and now wants back in, remember, you're in charge. This hits a brutal mental trigger, the fear of being replaced. She used to believe you'd always be there, and now she sees you moving on without even a backward glance. That's something a lot of women can't stomach. They might pretend not to care, act like everything's fine, but deep down, they feel it. And if you played your cards right, get ready, because the odds of her trying to come back are sky high, which is exactly why I'm about to drop 3 insane bonuses that will make any woman obsess over you. Bonus: 3 extra techniques to make her obsessed. Now that you've nailed the 4 forbidden neglect techniques, let's kick it up a notch. I've got 3 powerful bonuses most guys don't even know exist, but they'll make any woman go crazy for you. These strategies are subtle details, but when used correctly, they pack a devastating punch in the female psyche. Bonus 1. The 80-20 technique. If you've heard of the Pareto principle, you know 80% of results come from 20% of actions. Relationships are no different. Anyone who gets this never ends up taken for granted. The big mistake most guys make, being 100% available, predictable, and attentive. Result: she gets used to you. She never misses you. She never feels that jolt of anxiety about losing you. How do you switch it up? Simple. 80% of the time, focus on your own life, your goals, your friends. She is not your priority. 20% of the time, out of nowhere, you give her special attention. This leads to unpredictability. She never knows when you'll respond instantly. She never knows when you'll give her some extra affection. She never knows if you're still as into her as you once were. And the female brain loves that feeling of uncertainty. Doubt sparks expectation. Expectation triggers desire. Think about it. If every single day you text "Good morning, beautiful," at first she might find it cute, but soon enough, she just stops caring. But if you do it one day and then vanish for 3, the next time you drop a simple "Hey," suddenly that's a big deal. That's the secret. Be unpredictable. Bonus 3. The power of maybe next time. This technique is pure art. You know when a woman invites you out. The mistake 99% of guys make is saying yes right away, practically begging for it to happen. End result? She realizes you're always available, and just like that, her interest evaporates. You do the opposite. Example: she, "Hey, wanna hang out tomorrow?" You, "Can't do tomorrow, already have plans. Maybe this weekend though. I'll let you know." This sends a huge message. You have your own life. You're not ready to drop everything at the snap of her fingers. It's on her to fit into your schedule. And here's the critical part. If she doesn't push to reschedule or show genuine interest, you don't chase it, period. Nothing makes a woman value you more than realizing you're not desperate to see her. Now that you've got the 4 forbidden neglect techniques plus these 3 bonuses, there's only one question left. What are you gonna do with all this? If you'd rather keep accepting emotional scraps, then fine, toss all this aside and keep getting trampled. But if you really want to flip the script, stop being a doormat, and finally become the guy women see as an irresistible challenge, you already know which way to go. The choice is yours. The game changed. Now what? You figured out how it works. The more you chase, the more she runs. But when you switch gears, make yourself scarce, and use neglect the right way, guess what? Suddenly she starts seeing you in a whole new light. Here's the biggest point. This is not cheap manipulation. This is not about pretending to be someone you're not. This is not some childish game. What I showed you is a mindset shift. It's about getting out of that needy, always available, attention-starved role and becoming the man who actually has options, a life, and real self-respect. Because once you master these techniques, you stop being predictable. And an unpredictable man creates doubt, curiosity, and desire. But here's the real challenge. Why do most guys fail? Because they don't have patience. They'll try to keep their distance, act like they don't care, pretend to be chill. And after 2 days, they cave and text her like a lost puppy. And what happens then? All your power goes up in smoke. Every ounce of authority you built falls apart. She realizes you were faking it all along. If you want a genuine shift in how women respond to you, this can't be just a show. It has to become your lifestyle. You can't just act like a guy who has value. You need to be a guy who has value. Get a life worth living. Set goals, find hobbies, hang out with friends. Stop checking your phone every 10 seconds like you're addicted to her scraps of attention. Because when a woman sees you're not desperate for her, that's exactly when she feels the need to fight for you. So let me ask you, which of these techniques have you already used without even realizing it? Which one will you try out today? Tell me in the comments. If this video helped you, show some love, drop a like, and subscribe to the channel, because I've got even more strategies coming that'll completely level up your love life. See you in the next one!